And many of us who are in position to make a change don't seem to realize that. Time is flying fast. The older you get, the faster time goes. But I do feel time is accelerating faster. It used to be where you see, oh, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You look at the clock again, it's 8:10. You look again, it's 10:30, 4:30 in the afternoon. Time to go to bed. The week went by quick.
Yeah.
But things are accelerating, but there are many things released on this planet that are not seen. Not to go that way, but I will say it this way. You think not? Well, why is it that we believe in Wi-Fi more than real spirituality? The spiritual plane is there. There are unseen entities out here. There are energies out here. You're positive, there's negative out here. It's even, you look at electricity, it happens that way. But you look, okay, oh, I don't believe in that stuff. Well, let your Wi-Fi go out. Oh, my Wi-Fi, it's not working. Well, can you see your Wi-Fi? On computer is something that we deal with all the time. But why not? And that's a knockoff on the way the creator made this world. And we're breaking rules, and there are consequences for breaking those rules. And this is why we have such a societal breakdown. And those entities working through people in power are turning the world around. What's good is bad and what's bad is good. And we have this mental sickness. They're encouraging things. And that's been set up from a long time ago. When they took the whole label of that rainbow situation off as being a mental illness. The spirit is embedded now. And they're going to take this world by force. And that's what they say. And that's where our fight is. They're going to go after the children. It's not right. It's sick.
It is sick. And you're absolutely right. And it started, you know, sometime back, I think it was like late 69, I think it was 69, where this thing really, really propelled. And it started with Stonewall and in New York City, right? That's where it all started. Yes. And a small thing that became what we know now. And their first celebration of Stonewall happened in I think the 4 major cities: LA, Chicago, New York. I can't remember the other one, but that's where the Pride Parade started, right? Yes. That was like their first one, the first anniversary. And then as time progressed, you know, it became, you know, all over the cities. And then it was, you know, they were celebrating for a day, then it was the weekend, and then it was a week, and now it's a month. And if we're being honest, it's every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just Pride Month, because they have like Transgender Month, they have, you know, Homosexual Month, they have Lesbian Month, they have all of this months. It's no longer a month. It's the whole year round. And I'm just like, well, how did this happen? Well, it started in a little place in New York City, and then we had a president, Barack Hussein Obama, who decided that, you know what, we need to make this global. We need to dominate everywhere with this. And I'm going to make this my #1 priority. And that is what Obama did. And so he did that, right?
Yeah, he did.
He did. And he took it to the furthest of them all, and then said, I have the authority to make this marriage. And so he did that too.
Yeah. But we push this into human nature tells us. And there are a lot of rumors going around. And more, I see where they could be true. Especially when dealing with him, this mysterious man who came out of nowhere as a community activist, but really one of the wealthiest presidents that ever lived. And his background was never out there. And you know, on the internet, you can scrub information from being seen, right? That even Al Sharpton, okay, how he came up, and he used to wear wires for what, the CIA or the FBI, either one of them.
Yeah.
He was yeah, exactly. But they take you when you're willing to submit, because if you want this power and notoriety, they will work with you. Even on social media, you have social media influencers who are willing to submit, that I know personally and even through other people, that are agents because they have influence, and they will say the right things oftentimes. They'll speak truth to power to win the people over. But when that entity comes and say, listen, you better be on board for this, and you need to say this and say that, they better do it. And you trust in them now en masse, you're going to say, well, maybe they have something pretty much proper to say, and I'm going to listen to them. It's a vicious thing. It's a vicious thing.
And we saw that on full display during this last election, and including Al Sharpton and everybody else that came out here to tell you and me, or, you know, the American people, to say, hey, you need to vote for Kamala. You need to do this. This is what you need to do if you want to save democracy, if you want to save the well, they don't say republic because they call it the democracy, but we are a republic. But yeah, they all came out here, and because somebody called them up and say, hey, we need you out here on the campaign trail because Kamala is falling fast, and you need to come out here to get your followers to come out here and vote for her. So everybody got the call. Everybody was on their P's and Q's. Everybody came out, including Barack Hussein Obama. Right?
See that? And so with Kamala Harris and her desire to not do anything for Black people, when she said no, I'm going to do something for everybody. And of course, when you're the president of everybody. We understand that. But we're always passed over, right? So it's not a matter of whining and crying and what. No, he wanted to take taxpayers' dollars and get sex change operations for guys that are locked up in prison. The borders were a joke. They might as well put the revolving door, just go on through. So now Trump has handed a mess, and these Kamalaites don't want to see any difference. On you. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I speak to people who might have a high profile, but I can't say anything. I can't say they told me this, but this is something I know. Al Sharpton is always walking around with his girlfriends, or he has a girlfriend here, he has a girlfriend there. No, he ain't into them. He's not into them.
Oh God,
no! What? Let me just leave you with this. People don't have to believe it. He was never a tough guy. Tough guy. Look, he was very close with James Brown. And I wonder oftentimes when I hear James Brown in the old song, I feel good. I wonder to myself, where was Al Sharpton? He wasn't on his knees to pray when he was around James Brown.
Oh,
right?
Dear.
You might not find that out in 20 years.
But not to pray, huh? Yeah, I don't see old Al Sharpton praying too much. And if he's praying, I know he ain't praying to the God that I know, because Al Sharpton is truly a disgrace. And I tell you, God has a plan and a place for him.
But you know what I meant, right?
God,
him and James
I'm right there with you.
James Brown were very close. Okay, I don't want to get anything happen to the channel here. I just say that they were very good friends.
My mind moved quick, friend. My mind
That's right.
quickly. So yeah, I got you all day. But you know, Al Sharpton continues to be the disgrace that he is, because I don't know if you saw, but recently with this boycott of Target, I think it was, he went to Costco. He brought people into Costco, I think like 100 people or so, and gave them like $25 gift cards or something, so that they could purchase out of the store. So he could say, well, you know, if you don't stand with us, we're going to boycott you. We've got people back here, you know, who's going to not support you if you don't support the DEI efforts. And I'm just like, once again, Al Sharpton, I mean, are you really for Blacks? We know you're not. And we know you're out here only to get a bag. That's all you're about, is propelling yourself to the new heights and getting your bag. Kamala Harris paid him a lovely bag. And he, you know, he's living good right now. But he still needs to now secure more bags. And so he's saying that, you know, he's here to support these people or support these businesses, who's going to support diversity, equity, and inclusion. But Al Sharpton, you know, I really just don't understand your point of view when I don't have the numbers here with me, but it's really not Black folks who benefit from diversity, equity, and inclusion. It really is the white liberal woman, pretty much. Those are the ones
who spoke about that last night.
Benefit, not Black folks. So you're out here stomping the pavement,
right.
You know, Black Lives Matter and, you know, DEI. But again, friend, your Black people ain't benefiting. And nothing you've ever done has ever benefited Black people.
You go. There you go. He is a chosen leader. Who elected him to lead us as Black people? This is what they do. They give them media coverage.
I didn't get a vote on that.
But they give all this media. It's an engineered situation. Look, even in the music industry, you can take anybody and promote them, sweeten their voice in the studio. They could be 4'5", 500 pounds, 2 teeth in their head, and their breath smelling like Limburger cheese. But if you promote them enough, oh my God, the people suck it up. And so this is the thing with Al Sharpton. He's a puppet because these so-called leaders that the powers that be ordain, it's a good cop, bad cop scenario. And what do I mean by that? Well, something happens, a child is killed by the police, some type of discrimination, or somebody uses the N-word on somebody in school. Here comes Al Sharpton, right? And he speaks truth to power. And we celebrate because he's socking it to him. Didn't Al Sharpton tell him whatever? But it's the permission of those people who pull the strings, because when you have these fake leaders who speak so grand, it's a pressure valve for our frustrations. You see what I mean? So we go back to business after the Saturday rally, feeling though we did something, we didn't do anything because we heard him and we did high five. Yeah, tell it to him, Al. But we go back to the same conditions. We go back to supporting other people's businesses. We go back to allowing our children to suck in bad entertainment. We don't change anything. And like I said, DEI has done nothing for us. It's the white woman, Latinos, and the rainbow flag people, right?
Yeah.
Nothing worked for us. And so many of us, I spoke with a friend the other night, and he was so ignorant to the fact, well, Donald Trump took away DEI, and now that's messing with Black people. Look, number one, we shouldn't even say those things, even if it was doing something for us, because nothing will work for us unless we have unity. The Chinese don't DEI, right? Nobody comes over here. The Indians, anyway, they don't come here. They have unity. They don't all have to get along. But when it comes down to it, all we got is us. That's how they think. But we, as soon as we get a little leg up in the system, we turn our nose up at our own people, and we don't look to show unity. We fight each other. We have been programmed to go against each other. We're jealous of each other whenever we see someone else who looks like us go up, and those sometimes they turn their nose up. Look, I'm an advocate for our upliftment, which will help the whole society and the whole world. But the bottom line is we're not winning. I don't care if we have a celebrity who's making money and this one so talented, whatever have you. This is a bizarro world. I would say 92% of us in America who identify as being American, African, African-American, melanated, Black, whatever you want to call it, old folks would call it.